Prepare to qualify.
You'll laugh. You'll cry. You'll certainly wonder why you watched a semi-useless show.
All right, all you schmoes out there, welcome to another edition of a semi-useless show. This is episode number 42, called Head/Body Transplant. And I just don't know which one to call it because it's just a weird scenario that is happening. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to have Mike should be joining us in a little bit, and so should Daebol. Right now we have Sam.
How you doing?
Co-host, schmo-host today. And right now, Bill, a.k.a. Curtis E. Flush, is missing from the show today. So, actually, I took a crap the other night, and it was smelling really bad. So I was like, oh, I got to do a courtesy flush. And then when I said it, it just like stuck. I was like, oh my God, Curtis E. Flush.
Stuck to the toilet? That sucks when that happens.
Yes, exactly. So let's try and get right into this a little bit. I don't know if anybody's heard the news about a man in 2017 getting a head or a body transplant. Not sure which way to really go about it.
I think it's more on its own. Yeah. It depends on what you consider the person.
Right, because his head's the person is the head.
Yeah. But you think that like the smaller part being removed and attached is a part that's being transplanted, but really it should be a body transplant if anything. Right.
Because the only conscious thing that's knowing what's happening is the head, which is a new body.
Some might say the heart or something, but that's just wrong, so it doesn't matter.
Right. I don't know if you ask the Egyptians, they used to pull the brain out like before they mummified.
Yeah.
Because the brain was useless.
I thought they also did the torture too, didn't they?
Oh, I don't know.
Like while they're still alive, they just like yank their brains out through their nose and shit.
And
eventually they die, of course, but yeah.
But yeah, with this head transplant thing, there's 0% chance that it's gonna work to any effect, really, right?
I don't know. He's saying it could be work.
I don't.
It'd be the first one. There'd be some kind of rejection, that probably.
Because, I mean, even somebody just snapping their spine is almost impossible to fix, and that's just one part that he's gonna have to definitely fix.
They can remove a heart and then put it back in, and that's worked before, hasn't it? Yeah, they've done heart transplants, so it's almost like that's way bigger than a heart transplant.
Right.
But
imagine how many nerves you're gonna have to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably not. That is way more complicated. A heart transplant's like not that hard if you think about it. It's like, oh, you gotta hook the valves back up. You don't have to hook any nerves back up or anything, I don't think. It's just like, you gotta hook the valves back up. There's actually nerves and like bone and stuff. It is weird.
Right. And the bleeding from the, aortic or the what is that one?
The aorta. Oh, jugular. Yeah, I bet they could actually find a way to stop that, like to tie it off or something. I don't know, but
I don't know. I saw a goalie in hockey get his jugular slit, and it took like 400 stitches, and it wasn't even completely slit. So I don't know. It was the most awesome thing ever.
I mean, if they're actually surgically doing it, maybe they know how to do it slowly, and I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't worry about that. But now you're saying stuff like attaching all those freaking nerves and stuff. And it's not like plugging two things into each other. They got to hook each one up.
Yes, exactly.
So
They're saying, like, even if it slightly works, he's not gonna even if he lives, he most likely won't be able to move or anything like that, and it's gonna be like crazy painful for him, is what they're
really,
saying.
I was thinking maybe like he just wouldn't be able to walk ever again. It's like, well, at least you get to live.
But like, did you ever see is it 72 Hours or something? That movie with James Franco that was based on a true story
No, I
about
only no.
the climber. It was about a climber who got a rock stuck on his arm.
Yeah, and then he chops his arm off. I know the actual documentary I've seen.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
it wasn't a doc. It was also a
Yeah.
reenactment too,
Right.
but it was just like a TV thing. And
He
that's
said the worst part was cutting through that nerve in his
yeah,
arm.
yeah,
Like, he cut everything else and then just had the nerve sitting there, and
yeah,
he said that was the worst thing ever,
yeah,
cutting through the nerve.
yeah. I
So
bet.
imagine that, like, in your neck, you know.
Yeah, but you're asleep when they do it
From the
originally.
That's what I'm saying. But when he wakes back up, all those feelings, no way it's gonna be like perfect. I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
think
Maybe they'll keep him in a coma for like.
Yeah, they did say for like a month they would keep him in
Yeah.
a coma.
That's what I'm thinking. I
Mhm.
mean, it probably will fail, but if he's gonna die anyway, I guess why not try it?
They said they've tested it like on dogs and rats and stuff, and there's like they haven't had like a real successful case yet, even in an animal.
Yeah,
So
this
that's
guy's
kind of
pretty
weird.
convinced he's gonna do it.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
He does make one good point. Like, imagine the first doctors thinking, "Hey, we're gonna take a heart out." You know what I mean?
which they've
And-
done that successfully.
right.
People lived like a long time after that.
Yes.
Not the artificial hearts. Those usually like you last. Like, I think the record's like a year or something on those. But like taking someone else's heart and putting it in, that's actually worked forever. Like until they should have died anyway.
Right.
Like they actually, what is like even like a 14-year-old kid that died in a car crash, or something, like a 6-year-old guy got it. And he's like, that's almost better because, I mean, not really better than your own heart, but it is a younger heart, and you maybe even live longer. Who knows?
Yeah. See, I'm wondering what,
I'd never
like,
do it.
how they're going to use a body. Like, what body are they going to use?
A guy that's already
Something about like prisoners or
no. Well, yeah. What are they going to use? Because you can't be dead for a long time. It's just they know this guy's going to die for a long. I mean, this guy's just like, I'm going to die soon anyway. Just take my body. I don't know.
right.
And it has to be specific. It has to be the same blood type and everything. There's no way it can't be.
Right.
It's got to be some kind of same.
And he's got some kind of special medicine so it doesn't reject. Like, you know how sometimes, like, when you get a new kidney, like people get a new kidney and it rejects that, like they don't want that to happen. So there's like some kind of special medicine or something.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. 1970, the head of a rhesus monkey to another as a reason operation might work. However, the animal survived 10 days on a ventilator before eventually dying. But I mean, that was in 1970.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Maybe now I could.
Might end up being like a Dr. What is it, Mephisto? Where they start putting like 10 acids on everything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. In South Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot his name. Probably like that. Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's Dr. Mephisto. Which actually, speaking of that, another quick thing. South Park coming back tomorrow.
Oh, yeah?
And
I actually haven't seen the latest seasons at all. I should watch those again.
Yeah, it's called Brave and Elegant or something like that. They're going to try and make fun of Bruce Jenner or Caitlyn Jenner. Or whatever.
Oh, yeah. That's probably a
good
thing.
That's what they're claiming. So when they really claim that, it usually isn't that. You know what I mean?
Oh, what do you mean? They do something else instead?
Yeah, or they're gonna like do a good thing about her, kind of.
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't know. They're gonna
say
make fun of her too at the same time, though. They usually do that, or him, or her, or whatever you want to call it.
Right. Yeah. They'll slightly make fun of, but somehow like Cartman will be for it, like the last person you think.
I know they did a lot now. It's almost you just don't expect it every time though.
Yeah,
it's just
so they might just go all out after it.
Yeah,
after it, him, her. So yeah, we'll see. But the opening like preview for it was, he's like, Carmen's like, I'm gonna Tom Brady this shit, and he's like, I'm not getting four days of detention. I'll tell him I'm gonna take 1 day of detention. He's like, never mind. He's like, I'm not taking any days of detention. And all the students are like, yeah, like rooting behind him. But it's just funny. I was like, oh Jesus, there they go after Tom Brady again.
Yeah,
they make fun of him quite a bit.
Did they? I don't remember. I remember Family Guy had it, of course, but they didn't make fun of him in Family Guy though. They had him in it.
Right. No, South Park has at least
really
like 2 times. Yeah,
I haven't seen those ones then.
I'm trying to think of a major one. Oh, and he's like, I'm gonna get 0 days of detention, and they go bang my hot wife, and he's like, or actually not so hot. She kind of looks like a man. And I gotta show Allison that because she said that the other day. She's like, I can't believe she's a supermodel. She kind of looks like a dude. And I was like, yeah, she does, kind of. So that was pretty funny. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, you wanted to talk about the possible between.
This is a long time ago now, of course, but when the head transplant first came about, Metal Gear Solid 5 was already announced, but there was a big speculation that it was all just a ruse to the whole thing about the head transplant. Everything was fake to promote the game because of this thing here. They look identical. The doctor on the right is from the opening scene of Metal Gear Solid 5. He's the third character you see technically, and then the guy on the left is the actual head transplant guy.
Right.
I forgot the rest of the details, but there was a bunch of things people saying like, "Well, this is related to the game. This is related to that." Like even like how the check mark and the X kind of looks like a 5, like you see in Metal Gear. There's a lot of good points, and then eventually the doctor's just like, has nothing to do with that game, and in fact, I'm probably going to sue Konami because he does look identical to me. And
do they sound alike? Do you know?
Oh, I don't know. The guy, the actual doctor is Italian. The one in the game doesn't sound Italian. He sounds, I don't know what he sounds like. Maybe he sounds Italian. I don't know.
Is he like, it's a me, Mario?
No, he doesn't sound like that quite. But I mean, even the glasses are almost the same. So, yeah.
He can't be Italian if he's in a video game and doesn't sound like Mario.
That's true. Yeah. Well,
it's a me, Dr. Mario.
Then you have like Mafia games and stuff. I guess they don't sound like Mario.
Right.
All the time, sometimes. But they should all sound like Mario anyway, if you ask me.
Right. Every video game character ever.
Yeah. Or Luigi. I'll let that go too.
Yeah. Which I'm trying to think of. Like, Luigi's had so many different voices, it seems like.
It's always the same guy, I think, now, anyway.
Is it?
Mario, Luigi, Wario, Waluigi, they're all voiced by the same person.
Yeah. Waluigi gets no love. I love Waluigi.
He should be more. He's never been in like a real game. He's always like the party game kind of guy. Like you'll see him like Mario Kart or Mario. He started in Mario Tennis because Wario needed a partner. So
I think he's way creepier than Wario.
Yeah,
like he could actually be a better villain.
Yeah, he's never.
Wario and Waluigi actually come from? Like
Wario came from Super Mario Land 2 on the Game Boy. He was the main villain.
What's his backstory? You know what I mean? Does he have a backstory?
I forgot. I don't remember. I never actually played the game, but he's like in a castle, and he's like he replaces Bowser in Super Mario Land 2. Basically, he's the main villain.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like why did they decide to replace Bowser?
I don't know. I guess they're just like, let's just make another character. It's called Wario. I don't remember why exactly, but then
a Bizarro Mario world. You know what I mean?
What's that?
Like a Bizarro world, like
Oh,
opposite world of Mario type. You know?
I don't know. I think they're just like they're getting bored of Bowser, and they're just like they do that once in a while. Like, yeah, I guess. And then Waluigi just started Mario Tennis because Wario needed a partner. That's it.
So, Wario first appeared in the 1985, or inspiration for Wario first appeared in 1985 game Wrecking Crew in the
Yeah.
character of Spike, a construction foreman. Resemblance: Wario did not debut till 1992. And okay, it's huge, muscular. The name Wario is yeah. Yeah, there's no real backstory. Wario as seen in WarioWare. What the heck is WarioWare?
That's actually like his series now. It's like time rhythm games and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they should have given him a backstory, and it should have, like, Waluigi and Wario came from like mirror worlds or something of the Mario world, you know?
Yeah, they did that with Zelda recently. So kind
Oh,
of
did they?
yeah, because there was high rule and there's a low rule, and Super not Super Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds for Nintendo 3DS.
Right.
That's the most recent Zelda now.
I see.
So like they had like they had like an opposite of Zelda. They had an opposite of Link. They had an opposite of Ganon and all that stuff.
Adles.
No, they didn't call it that. They gave them like normal names, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, I wanted to get into a little thing from Reddit. We're gonna steal some information from Reddit and the great people who submit stuff onto Reddit. So a real crazy thing is that Mike Tyson, when he went to see Muhammad Ali's last match at the age of 14, and he got real mad at Larry Holmes, who beat Ali. So Tyson called Ali and said, "I'll grow up and get him back for you." And 7 years later, Tyson met Holmes, and the retired Ali stepped in the ring and said, "Remember what you promised." And then Tyson just destroyed Larry Holmes. So he actually went back and definitely made his promise come true for sure. Which is really, it's so weird that, you know, two out of probably like the top 5 names in boxing history like have that relationship.
Yeah,
It's
this
kind of weird.
it seems like a pure chance that happened.
Seems like a movie thing.
Yeah,
Like,
there should
I'll
be
get him back for you one day.
yeah, and there should be like a montage of him training and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it just skips all the craziness and just does a training montage, and then he comes back and fights him. It would have been. It would have been. It probably would have been like if it was a real movie, it would have been like his son or something.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think Tyson was good, but just didn't get to last long enough. It's also weird that like they parallel each other, Ali and Tyson, because Ali in his prime couldn't box because of the whole, you know, draft dodging or whatever he was trying to do. So they
Oh,
put him
okay.
in. And then Tyson, for like hitting a woman or whatever, had to go to jail and got his boxing license taken away.
One's a little worse than the other, probably.
Yes. I don't know. Some people are legit mad about the
The draft thing?
draft dodging. Yeah.
That was obviously Vietnam, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
what else would it be?
but it's weird those two, like the best, two of the best boxers of all time, having the same, part of their prime taken away.
Yeah.
Who's the other one?
Ali and Tyson
Oh, Tyson. Yeah.
for
Yeah,
the.
that's right. Incident.
And Ali was jailed, but I don't think it was as
Oh,
long.
he was jailed.
Was it as long as Tyson's though?
How long was he was in jail for?
I think Tyson's was 2 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say 1.5 to 2 years. I'm not sure how long Ali's suspension was. I think it was like 3 or. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's weird, And I was telling the story that Tyson saw Ali's last match at the age of 14 against Holmes, and he got mad at Larry Holmes and called Ali on the phone and said, "I'll grow up and get him back for you." And 7 years later, Tyson destroyed Holmes in the 4th round.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. And Ali came into the ring and said, "Tyson, remember what you promised me."
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I believe that Ali said that.
Yeah. Remember what you promised. But like, I don't know why I've never heard that before. It sounds like a freaking movie.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but what are your? I'm gonna step back for a minute. What are your thoughts on the head and or body transplant?
Well, what I want to know is that guy need a new head/body because Putin forced him to do this, like at gunshot? Like, who's volunteering for that?
I don't know, but it's going to be in China, too.
Well, but it said, the thing I saw said Russian.
The guy is Russian, the doctor is Italian, and it's going to be held in China.
Yeah.
So.
That sounds pretty crazy. When's it supposed to go down?
2017.
Oh, so like 1.5 years.
Yeah. Yeah, or it said like end of 2017. I don't know. I'm thinking it's going to end up not happening.
I don't know. I think it'll happen unless somebody steps in, which I don't think in China they will.
Right. But I just think China might not, but will he ever be able to go back to Italy, you think?
When I
Not be arrested?
When I originally heard about this, I thought it was someone that was dying very soon.
Right.
That had to get it done anyway. He's going to try it anyway.
Right. What's wrong with the guy?
He's got some disease where his muscle tissue deteriorates.
So he will
move right now.
Mm.
So.
But it's like they can wait till 2017, and it's like I'd rather just live, for sure.
Yeah. But I wonder. I don't know. I don't know if like.
Right now, getting all those nerves together is just impossible.
Right. Yeah, because you think they would be able to, people that are paralyzed, like they would just be able to reconnect that stuff.
Right. Exactly.
Because they're starting from scratch anyway with the head. And new body.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But maybe it has something to do with like it being a surgical, like planned out cut, not like too much damage. I mean, I don't know.
You still got to, because it's hard to get nerves to bond. They grow very, very slowly. Like it's easy to do an arm transplant because skin and muscle and stuff, they grow a lot faster than nerves do.
Right. Yep. And even that nerve in your arm, there's only like one major nerve, that everything kind of comes off of. But like you're not fine right away when you get an arm transplant.
Right.
Right. It takes a lot of time to regain any reflexes or anything from that.
Right. It's not life-threatening like a head body transplant.
Right. Right. Yeah, because those same nerves and all that stuff that they have to reconnect, they have to keep the heart moving.
Yep.
Yes. That too.
And there's so many things with transplants that things have to mesh for them to grow properly together. And the more things that are different, the harder it is for them to bond together. And if you have a whole body trying to bond, it just seems Like a lot of rejection, a lot of possibilities for rejection.
Yeah.
And have they said like how long the body transplanter can be dead for?
That's what I was gonna say. Like, the heart already stopped beating. It has to be a dead person.
Well,
so then you got to get that heart going again, even.
Well, it's not so much getting the heart going. It's getting the brain to get the heart going.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Yeah, I have no clue because he's going straight into. They're leaving. They're saying after it's done, he'll have to be in a coma for like, I don't know. It's like 3 months or something.
Yeah. Out of breathing. And the coma probably the coma is definitely induced, but it's mostly so they can put it on, they can force breathing and heart movement. Like they're probably treating it like a patient that can't breathe or
and has a bad heart
at the same time. So they're controlling both of those until the nerves probably mesh to be able to do that stuff.
Yeah, I looked up and it said in 1970 there was like somebody did it to 2 monkeys and the monkey survived for 10 days.
That's pretty impressive.
1970, I know. So, I don't know. I actually just read that just before, or as I was telling the story. So yeah, Operation Where, let's see what it says. 1970, medical center transplanted the head of one rhesus monkey to another as a reason why the operation might work. However, that animal survived for 10 days on a ventilator before eventually dying. So, but it also seems like it hasn't been attempted too much since then. So it's like, I know certain things have been advanced, but how much, for that specific thing, it's...
Yeah, and I wonder what, how they have to do to sign off on this so you can't sue. Like, they can't be charged with murder, the doctor.
That's what I'm saying. It must be...
Gotta be all kinds of contracts and stuff.
Right.
They're saying something where, like, the Chinese government is almost like...
supporting it.
It's almost like a space race thing.
Oh, really?
Like, we're going to be the first ones in our country. We're not the first ones, but in our country, which it is mostly Chinese doctors.
I don't see anything ethically wrong with it if everybody's agreeing to it.
Right. Except for what dead body are they using?
Right.
I mean, that person just agreed to it. I don't know. He's like, I'm going to die anyway. I don't know. Maybe just gotta wait for someone that's donating their body to science or is an organ donor or something that just happens to die that soon. That might be what they do. They were gonna wait till 2017 and then wait until there is a body available, then just get on it right then.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Who knows how the fucking organ transplant thing works there? Like, if it was this country, they would have to do that so they could be on the organ donor list long enough to, legally be able to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, people do donate their body to science all the time, so
yeah,
kind of that. But I don't know. I mean, your name should go down in history for sure for that, but man, just imagine giving somebody your whole body and you're just like walking around with a different head.
Not much to imagine if you're dead, though.
Which leads to my next question.
Your question is, if you're a midget, would you just try to be getting a big person's body?
I wish it was. Nice. I can't beat that question. That's the greatest question ever. Yes, the answer to that is definitely 100%.
Right?
Definitely. And my actual question, though, is whose body would you pick?
Michael Jordan?
Michael Jordan? That's because me and Jesse were talking about earlier, and LeBron James, so basically Michael Jordan, same thing.
Yeah, younger Michael Jordan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can't even think of a white guy that I would that I would
You
want to
can't
go.
say, you can't say like Arnold
I didn't-
Schwarzenegger anymore.
I
'cause
didn't
it's
even
so
think
flabby.
about Whiteface.
Yeah, you forgot. You forgot.
Uh, yeah, where would I go?
Brad Pitt wouldn't be too bad from like the Fight
Yeah,
Club.
right. I mean, historically, I'd probably go Jeter, right? That guy's just crushed in
Right.
all kinds of
Or
different
like
levels.
what's his name? The huge, not too huge, but Magic Mike dude. I forget what his.
Oh, yeah. The real guy you're saying, right? The
Yeah,
Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum. Yeah,
Yeah,
that wouldn't be too bad. We're getting.
Yeah.
This is super gay, right? we got super gay.
right.
Shit. Why'd I even ask? But yeah, I'd still probably go LeBron James though, and just have this beard and deal with it.
Right. Just deal with it. Get the transition. It only look weird from the back, right?
Yeah.
Just wear a turtleneck all the time.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, my head's too small for LeBron, I think.
That's
or
true. You would have to take that into account for sure.
Yeah.
Or the head
I couldn't
transplant's going to take that into account.
I think
Yeah.
I think at that point beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah.
No, that's why they're waiting a year. They're waiting for. He probably had
But-
like his selection.
So
Big old D.
on that
Probably had
note,
big old D. He's like first one to die with a big old D.
I was gonna say on that note, I feel like he picked the wrong country.
Yeah.
Yeah. He should have gone somewhere in Africa.
So
Yeah.
So like not only is he gonna get bad head to body ratio, he's gonna get bad head to penis ratio.
Yeah.
Or
Head
head
to
to head ratio, yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But maybe that's part of the stipulation. Maybe they're just thinking
This is punishment.
2017 is that he's waiting for a big old 10-inch dong. Is what they're
So
waiting for.
like Yao Ming to die?
Yes,
That's what he's waiting for?
exactly. Which, who knows, actually.
Yeah. I mean, usually when you're that big you don't live that you're not supposed to live that long. It's too much work for your heart.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that's why you see those, like, who was it? Dawkins. I forget his first name.
No, you're the only guy that just died?
Yeah, two of them just died.
Oh, there was two?
Yeah.
One of them was Moses.
Moses and, is it Daryl Dawkins?
There is a Daryl Dawkins, yeah.
I
He
think,
died?
Like
Did
50.
they talk about him dunking a lot? Because he was like one of the first big
Yes.
high-flying dunker guys.
Yeah, yep. He actually, I think, lived in Orlando. That's why I heard about it so much.
Chocolate Thunder.
Yes, Chocolate Thunder. That's him. So yeah. So Shaq. We'll see how much longer Shaq has.
The world will be a worse off place if Shaq dies. I
Definitely.
love Shaq.
I know. Like all the, the radio guys here got to meet him, and they just said literally, like, he said Kevin Hart was a real nice dude to hang out with or whatever, but he said no celebrity comes even close to how nice Shaq is.
I believe it.
In person.
And what in person? Giant.
Genuine.
Oh, genuine, yeah.
Yeah. So.
And giant. Did you see real quick before we change topics because we got pretty far into this one? I was watching Grown Ups 2 the other day, and there's a scene in there where Shaq tries to do the hood slide, like the cop hood slide across a cop car. Have you seen it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he literally takes up the whole hood, like every inch of that hood of that cop car. He takes up. I'm like, cop cars have pretty big hoods. He's just so it's one of those things you always are like, okay, Shaq's a pretty big dude, and then things happen once in a while like that where you're like, okay, you know what I mean? I take up this much of it, and he takes up that much of it. You know what I mean?
I should show you the picture of him with my friend Dan.
Yeah.
Have you ever met my buddy Dan?
Yeah, he's pretty much exactly my size, right? A little skinnier.
No, a different Dan.
Oh, okay.
Dan from down here.
Yeah.
You're thinking of Carell.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Maybe. But Dan's probably 6'3", I think he was up to like 260 back then or
Oh,
something.
wow.
Yeah. So he's a big dude. There's a picture of him with Shaq, and he literally looks like
Just
a midget.
wasn't.
I should seriously look that picture up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that to me is when I first saw him next to my buddy Dan. I was like,
Okay.
he's fucking enormous,
Yep.
you know. So another thing, let's see, on this, today I learned on Reddit, Frank Zappa's Grammy-winning album Jazz from Hell received a parental advisory sticker, even though it is a collection of instrumental pieces and contains no lyrics at all.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
However,
they're saying it was most likely because there was Jazz from Hell, like the word hell, and then there was another song named G-Spot Tornado.
that's what did it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, I don't know.
So what was the time frame of that? Because parental advisory hasn't been around all that long, has it? Since like the early 90s?
Must have been the 80s.
Yeah.
Or 70s even. Let's see.
It definitely was not the 70s.
1985.
Okay.
I
used to know what the first parental advisory album was, but I don't anymore.
Let's see.
But that's pretty funny, especially because it's Frank Zappa, and I'm sure he embraced it fully.
Oh yeah. Well, he was always a huge proponent against censorship.
Censorship, right?
Yeah. So that's what I was wondering, like, if they were doing it just to be like, "Fuck you, Zappa, we're gonna make you one of our, first," and it's not even really one you have any lyrics on.
Yeah.
We're just gonna fuck with it. So that, I don't know. I think that's a pretty crazy thing.
Yeah, if I remember right, it was all some senator's wife that pushed all that.
It was
just like
the RIAA, I think, started it. Record Industry of America, I think.
Nancy Reagan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not ruin the country, but did all that anti-drug campaigning against weed and shit. I gotta go back now. Okay, let's see what other stories we can just steal from.
I heard.
That
what did I hear?
Pornhub, Brazzers, YouPorn, Mofos, Digital Playground, RedTube, Reality Kings, and many other porn sites, production studios, and cam sites are all owned by a company called MindGeek.
Man, that company must make so much money.
Yep.
Yep. They have a monopoly on the way mainstream pornography is manufactured and distributed.
I got no complaints.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all been to at least 3 of those sites. So.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, what was the I was trying to think of this monopoly company that was just like blatant, but nobody ever like noticed it really. I'm trying to think of who it was. Shit.
Microsoft?
Not anymore, especially.
Yeah, not anymore, but they were for 20 years.
Yeah. But did they purposely try to be, or did it just end up like that?
I think it mostly just ended up like that, depending on how you believe the things really played out between them and Apple.
Right.
Like if he stole it.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I forget what the story is.
Right.
Am I echoing you guys or just to myself?
Just to yourself. Oh, you hear it?
I hear me echoing too now.
Oh.
But I don't hear you.
Do you hear me?
I hear you. You don't echo. Only me and Michael to me.
It's because I'm special.
It's probably your fault.
Yes,
Probably echoing through your side.
probably. Somehow. So yeah, how about this game coming up Sunday for Buffalo?
I'm just happy that their Bills are even money against the Patriots.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Win, lose, or draw. That's pretty sweet.
Yes, I think I happen to be going to the game, and I think it's going to be one of the greatest Bills games ever.
It could be.
Win, lose, or draw.
As long as it's close.
Yeah.
I think if that game's close, it's going to be a ton of fun.
Yes, definitely. I mean, and like you said before, if there's one huge play at the beginning, it's going to be deafening.
Yep, even just a big sack.
I know. Oh, that would be the craziest.
Yep. So they were talking about. I was listening to this guy. I guess there was an article out on ESPN recently. I don't know if it was today or a couple days ago. About what was the other Spygate?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess when New England turned over the tapes to the NFL and everybody told them what was on it, and they told them what was on it, they crushed the tapes right there. The NFL did. They destroyed the tapes.
I know, that's the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah. They said they think it would have been they've been doing it for 7 years.
To honor the integrity of the damn Patriots.
Yeah.
I came at the exact right
Perfect timing.
Yes, you did.
Hashtag planned.
Yes, I know.
Patriot talk. I'm in.
Yes, exactly.
So is that
He's
what this
they're about to
podcast
bash on the Patriots? I got to come in real quick.
is? This what we're talking about? Is how amazing Tom Brady is and how he's the best quarterback to ever play the game? Is that
Something like that?
topic of
We're
conversation?
talking about how if we had our heads cut off and transplanted onto a body, it would be Tom Brady.
No,
No, I'm just messing.
no, I would take Gronk. I would take Gronk's body.
That's actually a good
Who?
choice. Gronk.
Yeah,
Gronk.
he's
Except for
way
me,
easier
it's still the
to
head thing.
He is, but you have the whole Giselle factor.
So here's the thing. You're not going to get Giselle because you're still the head. You're the person, but just Tom Brady's body. Now, if you switch it around, if I could take anybody's head, I'd probably take Tom Brady's.
Speaking of Giselle, that leads me back to what me and Sam were talking about earlier. On South Park, the intro for the new one was he's like, I'm going Tom Brady on this shit. He's like, I'm not getting 4 days of detention. He's like, I'll agree to take 1 day of detention. He's like, nah, screw that. He's like, I'm getting 0 days of detention, and everybody goes crazy. And then he's like, then I'm gonna go home and bang my hot wife. And then he's like, but she's not really hot because she kind of looks like a man. Do you think Giselle Bundchen looks like a man? Because my wife and I kind of thought that yesterday. And it was funny that
I don't think that, but I guess I could agree with somebody who thinks that.
Right. She's got very chiseled features.
Yes.
I'm going to say that anybody that thinks she was a good dude is a jealous type. That they have nothing to do with.
But why would South Park say that?
Because
they're South Park.
It's South Park.
Yeah.
Why would they call Kanye a fish?
Well, I mean, that was hilarious. That was hilarious.
Yeah. These fish sticks.
Because he is a gay fish.
That might have
And
been
he
one of my
likes-
favorite
And he
episodes.
likes troll people. Did you see the new one where he likes troll people or something?
No.
Because they were saying Kim Kardashian was a troll.
Oh, yes. No, Hobbit.
Hobbit. Sorry, Hobbit. Yeah,
Yeah, I did see that one.
that one was great.
Or the Bill Belichick one.
Yeah, I think they're kind of going for the chiseled jaw.
If you, what I'm saying is, if you look at a lot of headshots of her, I wouldn't. You could find some that if they were looking at that particular picture, I wouldn't necessarily argue with them.
Right.
I know that's a lot of vagary, but
By the way, you might as well, if we're going Gisele Bündchen, you might as well take Leonardo DiCaprio and dump Gisele Bündchen and upgrade like he did.
Like three times.
Yes. And more. He's just nonstop. But, no.
No, what we were talking about was the Deflategate, how they crushed the tapes after the NFL found out about them. Spygate, I'm sorry, yeah.
But the NFL did that, not the Patriots, yeah.
7 years of tapes they had, and the NFL crushed them.
Yeah.
The NFL may easily be one of the worst-run organizations of all time.
Yep.
Besides FIFA.
Besides FIFA, the U.S. government. I'll agree with you.
And whatever the governing body is for cycling.
Yeah, that one's pretty bad too.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's the most organized, successful drug ring I've ever seen.
That's true.
When your organization's so bad that you can't name a replacement winner because so many people down the line tested positive, something's going well.
Yeah, that's did anybody actually test positive though?
Multiple.
Or was it more like
I don't know. I know they uncovered that at some point Lance Armstrong did fail a drug test, not just to prove that he had links to the drugs, but they actually failed the drug test. So I would assume yes.
I see. So what we're gonna go back to it one more time. What are your thoughts on what I was talking about with the head and body transplant, Daebol?
I mean, I haven't looked into it too much. I think I remember hearing something like the guy was like some terrible disease, and there was basically either death or this.
Right.
And I feel like anything I could do to prolong life, I could understand doing, but also it sounds horrifying.
Yes.
That's I originally thought it was coming out in 2017. That doing it. So it's like, I take the chance.
It's a full year away.
No,
or full 2 years.
My thing is like, even if they could do it to where it's physically painless, and like I woke up and I was in this body that could move perfectly, the idea that looking down, like that's not who I have been for a long time. That's not my dick. That's not.
Yeah, that would suck.
Right.
Like this is the first thing is I'd have a hard time, getting over that, and then I'd have a really hard time masturbating.
I was just gonna say that. Are you?
Yeah,
that's gay. That's gay.
It is.
Are you gay then?
I see, but it's not because it's now yours.
Yeah.
It just wasn't always. It's real weird. That's, I don't know if I can
it's weird. I never thought about that.
That's tough.
Also, wiping my own ass. That'd be hard for me.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
I think that's it. You have to give him the surgery and then keep him a day.
He's change a lot.
Man, that's really weird. I'm trying to think. And then, like especially with this one, you know how like sometimes they say like with a lung replacement or any of those things, they'll become like people that were unathletic and didn't run and didn't like they had the urge to like go run and shit like that. Like with this, it would be urges would have to be insane. I don't know why, because you would think it's just mental, but it's happened with those other things before.
You'd hope he'd be a guitar player. That'd be pretty cool to just learn guitar if that's true, just like immediately.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be kind of cool.
Or like Bruce Lee or some shit. God damn, I'd take Bruce Lee all day.
Yeah, that would be weird that your brain wouldn't match your muscular like tone and activity. I don't know what the word I'm thinking.
Right, like what if the dude was left-handed and your mind is right-handed?
I would think you would be whatever your mind is.
Yeah.
Like the mind would take over, but if the left-handed, and then you're right-handed, you get transplant on his body. Your right hand would have to be like retrained, like have to be built up to strengthen.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Too much weirdness.
Now we're getting really deep.
Here's what I'm hoping we do instead. Is just have robot bodies. And then that way, everything can go wrong. It's like, it's fine. Just like chop my head off, put me on a robot body. Good.
Ex Machina.
If you would have asked me 5 years ago what I thought was more likely to happen first, I definitely would have said human head on robot body.
Yes. Definitely.
Yeah.
I still think that might end up being first after this person most likely dies. Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's the thing, like, why even bother putting your head on another person's body if you can just have, like, not even like a true robotic body, but it's just like, oh, his liver is failing. Put this other one we grew for him in there. We 3D printed it.
Right, basically.
Yeah.
What? But if it was robot, would you even take a body like this shape of a human, or would you, like, add wheels and shit?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. And what I mean,
like, and have a gun for an arm and shit.
I want just like for gun arms, just be like, I'm like a regular dude. You think I'm just walking through the street at night? It's like, give me all your money, and I'm like, okay. And then my arm, and then just like Buster Cannon, ready to go.
Right. Exactly.
Like, whose money now?
Jimmy, you pretty much just described the character my brother developed on Baseball Simulator.
Oh yeah, definitely. With the name God.
Tom Brady?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not Football Simulator. Although, I don't know, man. The whole Tom Brady thing is weird to me because he's still so good, and Peyton Manning looked bad. And I always thought, who was actually the better quarterback?
Well, he is 2 years younger.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, 2 years, like, at the point that they're at, like Brady is not showing any signs of decline. And I'd say for the last, since he won,
He also didn't have neck surgery.
Yeah. Since Manning lost that Super Bowl.
Right.
It's just been downward. And I think it's more than 2 years worth of a difference.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just trying to think when I watched each of them play, like each of their, let's say, best games ever. I would think Peyton Manning was actually the better quarterback.
If you just say best games ever, that's hard because some of those games with Randy Moss were unbelievable.
Yeah. But was that Tom Brady coming up to the line, calling out play changes, doing, I don't think there's a lot more that Manning can do that Brady can't than Brady can do that Manning can't.
Except
win Super Bowls.
I was gonna say there's one.
Except that. Yeah. So if you, I'm trying to think of putting it this way.
Here's how we can decide. Look at the success of New England Patriots with Tom Brady with Wes Welker, and then look at the success of Manning with Wes Welker, and Brady wins.
Let's look at the success of Brady and then Matt Castle versus Manning, and then when Manning was out for Indy before Andrew Luck came.
Right.
They went from a 14-win team to a 1-win team.
To an 11-win team.
To an 11, yeah, with Andrew Luck. But then, Brady to Matt Castle went from 16 wins, which was amazing anyways, down to 11 wins.
There might even been 10.
No, it was 11.
They missed the playoffs with 11 wins?
Yep.
Wow.
It's crazy.
I think the biggest that's telling is that, with the exception of Randy Moss, you look at all of the other receivers and tight ends and all this that Brady's worked with, and that Bill Belichick and Brady have done. And they've taken these nothing people and built a team that works so perfectly with Brady around it. And then you look at Manning, who has had some phenomenal wide receivers. And you get
only phenomenal with him.
What's that?
Only phenomenal with him.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Again, I said
Hassan hasn't done much since he left.
I mean, that might be true, but I feel like they brought in bigger talent, whereas the Patriots built talent or recognized that little niche that they could exploit and use it for
everybody. Yeah, they bring any running back in.
And a bunch of just speedy slot wide receivers.
Yeah, I mean, even their outside receiver, Deion Branch, when he left and sucked, then came back and was good again.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's more a product of the Patriots than Tom Brady himself.
I think it's Belichick realizing that Brady is again arguably one of the best quarterbacks of all time. I don't think anybody can debate that.
Right.
I would say he's the best, but I'm biased. So I think recognizing that and saying, okay, what does this suck at defensively, and who do we have, or who can we get here within a week to exploit that over and over and over? That's why Jonas Gray goes 300 yards and like 3 touchdowns in one game and has never heard from again.
I know. He just got cut.
Yep.
I know, it's insane.
It is that, but it's also if you build your entire team around that idea that every week we're going to remake the team for one guy, that one guy better be really fucking good.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there was a few games where that's why it's hard in fantasy to like go with any Patriots besides like Gronk and Brady, really, because running back wise, like last week, Deion Lewis out of nowhere was like their number one rusher, catching. He was basically like Shane Vereen. Like every so often, Shane Vereen would have a huge game, and then Ridley would have a huge game. And then this guy, it's impossible to decide who you're going to be going against. So.
Yeah, it's really tough. Especially because usually my fantasy strategy is get Brady and as many other Patriots as I can, and I didn't do really either of those.
Yeah. Well, last year you should have done that because Brady had an off year at like the first three quarters.
3 or 4 weeks. 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But then they got mad.
I would say first 6 weeks. What's that?
They got mad, and then they started winning again. Because that's what happens. When they get angry, you win against everybody. And they're going to be angry this entire season.
I just remember the last game, Bills versus Patriots. The Bills winning that one.
Yeah, I don't think you should hold your breath too much.
It's going to be a close game.
Just because they took Brady out in the within 2 series because they didn't need to win.
Yeah.
I'm still counting it. Still counts.
Again, any wager you want to bring, I will pretty much agree to.
I was trying to think of something where it'd be like, but like I can't be on your stream or anything, where we could do like a live streaming wager almost.
I'll try to think of one. We'll decide on something before Sunday.
We could even do something where it's like a humiliation, and it could be even on this show. And even if I lose,
humiliation is what I was going for.
Yes.
You just do the easy one, and Jimmy has to wear a Patriots shirt for the show. You have to wear a Bills shirt for the show.
That means I have to buy.
I know.
Buy a Bills shirt. It's ridiculous.
I know. That'd be the problem, is actually having to get it.
Yeah.
Or just find a white T-shirt, and that's what it'll be. Find a white T-shirt. Same with me. If the Patriots win, I have to write "I love Tom Brady" on my shirt, and you have to write "Tom Brady sucks balls."
I love, by the way, that you could like name a player that I could put on my shirt that I love. Because everyone.
It just has to be Tom Brady.
Right. The only one you can say is Jim Kelly, and you can't say that about Jim Kelly.
Right.
Who?
Yeah.
Speaking of, did you hear about his nephew is the starting quarterback for Ole Miss? Had like 3 or 4 touchdowns this week. So the number one team in college football right now.
Wow. No, I didn't hear that. That's crazy.
Yep.
And it's crazy that about like that time where some of the people we grew up watching, their kids are, like Fred Taylor's son plays for the Gators, and a lot of those players are finally coming up now.
Yeah.
And little LeBron Jr. could be possibly play with it at the same time as his father.
Because my school, UCF, we had Michael Jordan's son on our basketball team a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Not as good. Nope.
No.
Nope.
Marcus, right? He actually what was the thing with the shoes? They wouldn't let him wear Nike shoes, so Nike came in and sponsored them because they were sponsored by Adidas.
Yeah, it wasn't even that. So he refused because Air Jordans, of course.
Right.
And so Adidas basically they got, and I'm pretty sure they just the basketball section of their support. But then of course Adidas is like, okay, don't wear a Nike.
Right. Exactly.
And came through in 2 seconds. I think now that he's gone, they're back to using Adidas for everything.
Right. Yeah, they. I wish they were a little bit bigger because it is actually a cool, like the black court and shit like that. It looks pretty cool.
It's a really dope. It's a really dope arena.
Yeah.
Actually, I graduated high school in that arena. If I remember, I think we were the first class to do it.
Oh, really? That's where they. That arena is where they have the light up UCF, like is right outside of that.
Yeah. And actually, let me correct that. I graduated in the arena. We were the last class. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Which was bigger.
All right, so we're gonna do a little. If anyone wants to leave, you can. We're gonna do a little fake ending and then come back. So if anybody has to go, you can go now. If not, we'll be right back. Good to be. Alright. So, shitty aftermath. Let's talk about some stuff, some shitty stuff.
I first want to just go ahead and officially say that I agree to your terms for our wager.
Okay.
And I will do like a full day long stream like I did today wearing.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Awesome.
Nice.
But then
I'll just do an hour. And I'll just do an hour on my show.
I'm okay with it. That's how confident I am.
There should be some kind of handicap, probably.
Yeah. No, we're good. It's even in Vegas odds right now. It's even.
Yeah.
So, although Vegas didn't do too good last week.
Yeah.
No, I heard they lost a ton. But I mean, it's hard to judge week one for sure. So, do you play Metal Gear at all, Daebol?
I haven't played the new one yet. I was obsessed with Metal Gear Solid for years. And I mean, I played pretty much every other major one, not all of them. Not all of the spin-off ones. Like I played all of the major series. I didn't want to drop $60 because I dropped $60 to Mario Maker, and I waited like.
You got that?
Oh hell yes, I did.
Nice.
But I was like, I've been waiting 10 years since Metal Gear Solid 4. I can wait a couple more months for the winter sales to happen.
Yeah.
And then pick up at 30.
Mine came with my GPU, so. But I was gonna get it anyway, so it's kind of like I was definitely getting Metal Gear Solid 5, but that's like $60 off the GPU. Is what I basically figured out.
Speaking of GPU, guess how much? Do you guys know what a gigaflop is?
Yeah.
You know what a flop is? Or no?
They use them.
You
They use them. That's what they use for.
It's basically like floating. What is it? Floating something.
Floating point renders.
Yeah.
I forgot what it meant.
Floating points per second or something.
Yeah.
Oh, for rendering.
Yeah.
Yes. Would have theoretically cost $8.3 trillion in 1961.
To do what?
And today, 1 gigaflop costs 8 cents.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It's like all of the computing power that got the astronauts to the moon is less power than smartphones a year and a half ago.
Yep.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
What was the other? And there was another thing about Les Paul, the guitarist. When you were talking about guitar like robots or whatever, or a guitar, if the person could be a guitarist, Les Paul like got in an accident so bad that like they couldn't have his arm like ever move again. So the doctor just locked it into a position where he could play guitar.
He told the doctor to do that.
Wow.
Is that what you
Yeah.
you know that?
Yeah.
Or-
Mhm.
Oh, okay. The way they worded this, it wasn't really 100%.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know if he
which
still
it was.
does. For a long time, he played like every Tuesday night at some little bar in New York City. My parents went to see him one time.
Oh, really?
Pretty recently, like 3-4 years ago.
Wow.
He's dead now. Right? I thought it was like the past couple of years.
Yeah, maybe.
Fact check time.
Yeah. But
Yeah, 2009.
2009.
94.
Yeah, see, because it just says they told him they could not rebuild his elbow, so he decided to put it in a good angle so he could keep playing guitar. Because when he said he decided to put it in a good angle, I was like, I thought for some reason they were talking about the doctor. TBS speeds up reruns. Yeah. Yeah, so, I don't know, that's really all the really good stuff on today I learned. The DJ Scratch was accidentally created when Grand Wizard held a spinning record in place so he could hear his mom, who was yelling at him for something.
Really?
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yep. So, what other pressing things you guys got? Anything? Or are we leaving it really shitty aftermath?
I don't watch the news much, so.
I know.
There's a debate on tonight, isn't there?
I thought it was tomorrow.
I'll be playing video games through it.
There's nothing I want to watch more, or less, I mean, than Jeb Bush and Donald Trump argue.
I was going to say, you said you would leave the country if Jeb Bush won, and that was before the whole Trump thing. Now what would you do if Trump won?
I don't know. I have a fear. I talked with Jesse about this. I have a fear that if my biggest fear with Donald Trump is that he's going to lead a nuclear war because he's so irrational.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he would do that.
He won't last that long. And I don't mean that as in like the people want to vote for him. He's not going to want to get long. I have thought his entire purpose is just to basically destroy what it currently exists as the Republican Party.
Yes.
By making everyone hear what he's doing in a way back more center.
I agree. I thought that was his goal going in, but now that he's getting popularity, I don't know.
So here's the other thing. Either that, or, and this is where my two cynical sides battle, then he's being paid by Democrats to just destroy the Republican Party.
Right.
Which one of those? I don't think he actually wants to be president.
Was even the Republican Party even gaining enough ground, do you think? Before having to do this?
It always switches back and forth.
It does.
Republican, you want Republican president. And Republican, you want Democrat.
It does, but right now,
with so many people disappointed in Obama and what the Democratic Party has done, then yes, the swing is going to turn that way.
I don't know if people are disappointed enough in Obama to overlook the Bush stuff.
I think you'd be surprised.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we are in Florida.
Right.
Yep. It's a little different in New York and Florida.
Right.
But not too much different, actually.
Well, you're right, actually. I think people are so disappointed with Obama and so don't want Hillary president that they would rather Republican.
Yeah, the Hillary thing is a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But people are so upset, and Bernie Sanders is the other option right now, who's a socialist. And that word scares enough people that they would just vote Republican instead.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, freaking, I don't know. It looks like Biden might come in and have a good chance, actually.
Be the only normal one in the race.
And you just said, and that's the weirdest part, Biden normal just doesn't even make sense saying those two words together, but compared to what he's going against, he actually would be one of the most normal.
I think
that's pretty crazy.
If this was the same Ron Paul from 4 years ago, I think he might have got elected in this election.
Oh my gosh, I know.
You don't even hear about Rand Paul.
Yeah, he's too
because
crazy.
Ron Paul came out and spoke his mind.
Yeah.
Just like Trump did, but for some reason and in a mentally healthy and good way, spoke his mind. And Trump's just saying ludicrous things, speaking his mind, and for some reason they're sticking.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All the polls that are happening now are just the people that are watching the factor. I think even if he was saying it legitimately, the closer we get to election day, at a certain point you're starting to see like, oh wait, he's not kidding. Hang on now, let's not. I think people just want Trump to be around because it's hysterical and it's super entertaining, and more importantly though, from the Republican side, he's making candidates do things that they don't want to do. But it's actually a way of bringing them back to the center instead of being crazy right. Ultimately, he's helping the Republican Party as a whole by being so far right and being the crazy ones that to be able to distance yourself from Trump, you have to go back the other way. And that's what I think he's doing. Because he realizes nobody else in the Republican Party is realizing this. They're going to just get their asses handed to them if they keep going more conservative. So someone has to be crazy enough to do it. And he has no fucking left to give. He's like, screw it, I don't want to be president anyway. I'll just do it.
Yeah, maybe.
And he's got the resources to do it. Even if he has no people donating to him, he doesn't need it. He can run it a complete candidacy in his own pocket.
Yeah. And he benefits from having a Republican president.
Yep.
That's true.
He said, what I hope. If he legitimately wants to win, he really tries to. Fuck me. And I'm Republican.
Exactly.
And I would be scared of that.
Yeah. I think everybody should be. That's why I don't think anybody will really end up voting for him, but
yeah.
It's a long way from still.
Yeah. Yep. So we almost got a little actual useful there in our deep talking.
Informative.
Yes, we got way too informative. So we're gonna head out on that note, but lighten it up a little bit. So good to be everybody. To all the schmoes out there. We want to thank Daebol for coming on the show. It really helped since Bill couldn't join us today.
Sorry I was late.
What's that?
So I said sorry I was late.
No, it's all good.
Sorry.
So yeah, we'll. I think Bill's gonna do the show next week by himself because I will be in New York.
This should be on it too.
Yes. So it should be
Hopefully.
Bill, Sam, and then, I don't know, I'll invite you, Daebol, if you want to hop on and go.
Yeah,
I'll invite you. I'll basically invite you every week. If you want to hop on, just hop on.
We'll do.
So, but, no, we really appreciate it. It's twitch.tv/True Daebol.
Yes, Daebol.
Perfect. Check him out. Twitch star on the rise. So, good to be everybody.
See you guys. See you guys.
Bye.
Peace.
And we'll see you later.
Alright, cut it.